This is the the longest of the logs that Trent gave me. I've got the bark off of it, and I'm about to start cutting it into some cubes. I've taken the thickest piece, and I've taken it down to be square. If you look at this from the profile, you got 79.8 and 79.8. So I'll check this in for square, and then I'll cut a cube. Here we have the cube, and I've drawn center lines that are each adjoining face is the center line is perpendicular. Right, so this line is perpendicular to this line, which is perpendicular to this line. So all 6 sides have been marked in the center like that, and you see 111 degrees. We've set this to be 111 degrees, and I'll use that to sand 21-degree angles away from each of these center lines. We're left with this 12-sided shape, and what we have to do now is remove some material from each side of each face. So I'll be marking lines that go from this point to this point, and from this point to this point on each face, leaving us with this, which you see each face marked. Now, what in essence we're going to do is remove this material defined by these 3 lines, right? Which, if you examine the symmetry here, we're removing the 8 corners of the cube that we made to begin with. And we've arrived at the basic shape. I'll switch to some finer sandpaper now and begin to sand each of these faces smooth and flat, focusing on these points. I want these surfaces, the 5 adjoining surfaces, to meet that point nice and crisply. Here is the final shape, and I've sanded each face as flat as I can. I believe they're all flat with 400 grit sandpaper, and now I will polish. I've gone back and I've examined all these surfaces. I'm looking for that good planar, nice flash or reflection of light, and the surface looks flat without any deviation, and I think I'm pretty close. I mean, they're never perfect, but for something that was not made by a machine, it's not too bad.